नादतनुमनिशं शङ्करं नादतनुमनिशं शङ्करं नमामि मे मनसा शिरसा नादतनुमनिशं शङ्करं नमामि मे मनसा शिरसा नादतनुमनिशम्. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Saluting Lord Shankara, the embodiment of eternal Nada through the mind, body and soul. This entire cosmic energy is driven by Nada. The Pranava Mantiram, Om, resonates across this universe. It is this Nada that we try to connect with and make it part of our lives. Nature has its own beauty and we should try to live in correlation with it. We are always dependent species. We are never independent. We can never be independent. That's my philosophy. We are always in tune with nature. We should always be in tune with nature. I started my music career as a 4-year-old learning music, slowly participating in music competitions, winning accolades for my school, and then taking bigger leaps of participating in reality shows, Super Singer, and then Bollywood reality show, Indian Idol. And then starting my own career as a musician, having my own band, performing multi-formats. Through God's grace, I've been blessed with a few great moments and wonderful awards in life. And then came a momentous occasion, a true blessing for me to perform in front of our dear Honorable Prime Minister of India, Shri Narendra Modi ji, Adayalam, which means identity. So what is your identity? Who am I? Who am I is a very spiritual question which has so many answers. You can give 150 answers. I am a man, I am a student, I am a singer, I am a musician, anything you can say. But this identity is very important for us. It forms the core of what you are. And there is always a lifelong quest in understanding who you are. 5 years back, if someone had asked you that question, you would have answered differently. Now you'll answer differently. 5 years from now, you'll answer it differently. So it's a beautiful journey that transforms along with our lives, and we will never be satisfied with the answer that we gave 5 years back. Because, it is similar to the Facebook photo that you see that prompts, 10 years back, you would have posted a very ugly picture of yourself. I'm sure, right? And now you'll feel, oh my God, why did I even post this? Not even the picture, even the caption, some random thing, you yourself will criticize, right? So the evolution of a person will always be a continuous journey, a continuous process. And therefore, today, the identity that I would like to talk about is that I am primarily a classical musician. I am a Carnatic vocalist who also adapted to various genres of music, tried learning many genres, presented film songs, and things like that. So I am here to talk to you about the importance of classical music with special emphasis on Carnatic music. Carnatic music is the land surrounding Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra Pradesh. So the land which owns this music is the southern part of India. And the importance of learning classical music and Carnatic music in general is that it helps you adapt to various styles of music. As I told you, Carnatic music is a very intricate form of music. It has a very complex gamaka structure, very complex tala structure, over 175 talas and innumerable number of ragas. So when you learn such a very rigorous form of music, the first thing that it helps you do is adapt to various forms of music. When I had to participate in very challenging reality shows such as Super Singer and Indian Idol, you would not believe me if I say the amount of pressure to excel in each round is huge. Because you are competing with so many contestants, 20,000, 30,000 contestants will come for auditions. And then it gets shortlisted. And then the competition, only then it begins. Top 10, top 5 and all is very fierce because everybody is so talented. So how do you stand out? How do you make something exclusive for yourself? That's where classical music helped me. Because I was identified as someone who has the enormous potential of classical music. The songs that I could learn them quickly because some rounds you'll have 4 songs, 5 songs to learn. And you'll not have the time. You'll have a radio interview, you'll have a bites, you'll have an orchestra rehearsal, you'll have a practice session. Where is the time? And you'll also have school. By the way, I did school also along with it and college. In that kind of a circumstance, you'll have to be very quick in learning songs. And learning a very rigid and a rigorous form of music only disciplined me into exploring other genres. It was very easy to understand a melody or a folk or a western or a semi-classical or things like that because the basic structure is something that you will understand. A disclaimer here is that just because you are a trained musician, classical musician, it does not make you a professional in every other form of music. This is a very clear-cut disclaimer that I am giving you because classical music will enable you to appreciate or analyze or learn other forms of music very easily, but it will not make you a professional because every style has its own unique characteristics and you have to work hard to master that style. But this adaptability is so beautiful. When you listen to a very soothing music, what does it do to you? It comforts you. It makes you happy. It makes your heart light. You know, you don't have to know the technicalities of that music to be able to appreciate it. For example, an Ilayaraja sir song has so much sophistication, so much of arrangements and chords, even I can't understand. As a trained musician, it requires that level of brilliance to know what he has done. But as ஒரு சின்ன டீ கடைக்காரர், ஒரு பஸ் டிரைவர், ஒரு ஆட்டோ டிரைவர், அவர் பாட்டு கேட்காம இருக்கிறதே இல்லை. Why? Because of the simplicity in that beauty. Enormous simplicity in that music, which touches our soul. That is the power of classical music too. You don't have to necessarily have the knowledge to appreciate it. You just have to sit and let the music take form in yourself. And one more main thing is that there are many benefits of learning classical music. You don't have to per se do special breathing exercises or yoga or things like that. You can do, but inherently this form of music has all the benefits that good breathing can offer you, good yoga can offer you, and therefore learning this music is very important. And there are so many advantages that I can keep telling you, but one thing is that this is the music of our land. Let us all unite together to preserve it. Because I am going to tell you why. I would have spoken on so many other topics, but I thought this is a young crowd, my age and younger to me. I just thought I should, as a classical music ambassador, I should do this responsibility of coming and addressing the importance of this music. How many of you watch movies? You can just raise your hands. Everybody. I'll also raise. Both my hands I'll raise. How many of you like film songs? We all love film songs. Films are a very strong and important medium through which society gets educated, enriched, and informed. Film is a very powerful tool through which one gets to know so many things. It educates us, it tells us, it sometimes tells what's wrong, what's right, and things like that. And therefore, when a film has a set of 5-6 songs, automatically when your favorite hero or heroine is acting in that, you will definitely listen to it. Am I right or wrong? You don't need to know what genre it is. It can be melody or classical, western, whatever it can be. So films have a great responsibility in educating the society on what is right. And sometimes I feel some movies do that, but some movies don't do that. How many of you watched Ponniyin Selvan? So many of you. That is the success of the film. Do you know when that novel came? It is not our generation's novel. It was written by Kalki Krishnamurthy sir in the 1950s and 60s. It is our nammaloda Tata Paatiyoda novel adu. Do you even know that? But was it made in a very uninteresting way? Not at all. எல்லாருக்கும் நம்மளுக்கு எல்லாருக்கும் பிடிச்சது. Totally we all loved it. Why? That is the greatness of Mani Ratnam sir and A.R. Rahman sir, who were able to adapt an old age novel into something that the younger generation can relate to. The dialogues were so easy for us to understand. எல்லாருக்குமே characters பேர் தெரிஞ்சது. And it was so easy for us to relate to it. And the greatness of the music is that A.R. Rahman sir had his own core advantages of a composer, and he also infused beautifully the melody and classical essence into it. Veera Raja Veera na 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 na. This is a pure Darbari Kannada composition. And Alaikadal, of course, has a lot of other ragas influence. And therefore, film has a very strong responsibility to convey or take classical music on its boat and sail through. Will you give us a clap for that? Do you think film music should do? Definitely film should do. You would ask your tata parties, they will say, Thiruvilayadal mari or padame illa. Tillana Mohanambal mari padame illa. MGR Shivaji sir mari yarume kadayadu. Even our professor sang a beautiful song that has so beautiful lyrics into it, such beautiful tune into it. It is timeless, it is so evergreen. And films, especially film like Shankarabharanam, which put Carnatic music in the film diaspora, because so many people know Samaja Varagamana today because of a film like Shankarabharanam with a strong message on the beauty of classical music. I can give you many more examples. A song like Malargale, Malargale, Idu enna kanava urugiyade anadullam perugiyade vizhivellam vinnadum neeran mannadum neeran kannadum neeran va Satsa Rima Papa Madama Pada Satnita Pa Madapa Marisada Satsa Rima Papa Mada. Do you even know that this song is a beautiful composition that has the blend of two ragas? Never did A.R. Rahman sir even try to, tell you this is a classical composition, but you fell for it because of the beautiful structure, of the evergreen quality that this song has. This song is a seamless, beautiful mix of Rag Kedar and Saraswati. And therefore, songs like this will educate the audience on the greatness of our music. Malargal kethen vaname tandane tannir kethen amradam tandane gaga maga mare magari saniresa pamaga mada magari saniresa gama sanisa dani mada gamari gasa nisada nisa nisa magaga nisa pamamaga sanisa gamaga rinida mamaga gamaga gaga mariga niri nigari magarisa pamada manidani mada gamari gasa malargal kethen vaname tandane tannir kethen amradam tandane. Everybody loves this song. Which film? Come on, louder. We all love this song, right? So we have talked so much about the importance of classical music, but how do we take it forward? How do we go and reach the next generations? There are some tips that I would like to give, some suggestions as a musician. First of all, schools, especially in kindergarten, should have a compulsory listening period for music. We never do this. உங்களுக்கு டெஸ்ட் வச்சா பிடிக்குமா இல்ல ஜாலியா என்ஜாய் பண்ண சொன்னா பிடிக்குமா சொல்லுங்க. Do you like it? Which one do you like? Enjoy. Why? Why? Come on, students here, you can respond. Why? In test எழுதுறதுல என்ன, what is the big deal about it? Study well, right? No, it's so jolly, right? Not at all. Writing examination is a pain. I know. Correct? Big round of applause. I'm not against exams, but I'm trying to say everything we do in school has a system and everything we do is evaluated. That is something which is very sad. So, the pressure of being evaluated constantly and the burden lin konja vella varanu. So schools, especially in kindergarten, should have an exclusive listening period where children are not taught music. Solitara venda. Just make them listen. Feed their subconscious mind with music. Create an environment where they just have to relax. And that period should have only classical music because this is the music of our land. Film music songs are extremely accessible. You can just tap on YouTube, you'll get them. But this music, you have to go and seek, and only then the effect of that will come to you. Adnala, I request schools and colleges to have a compulsory listening period. Yeah, why should we start it from kindergarten? Because that is a very impressionable age. Young minds, you are tapping young minds there. See, I would take the example of so what do we understand in this pattern is that whatever you listen to in your young age forms an impressionable memory that you start believing is the best and carry it on till the end of your lives. Now in the music and 10 vayasla keten, 15 vayasla keten, 20 vayasla ketena, I will carry that memory believing that that is only the best form of music. I am a pakka 90s kids. Always I will admire A.R. Rahman sir's 90s songs. That will always have a special place in my heart. And the madri impressionable age la, we should infuse classical music. Appada you will get more audience for that music. Lata Mangeshkar ma'am said, there are so many people who are performing classical music, but not many listeners. Gaane wale to hai, lekin sunne wale chahiye. So we need more listeners like you. The next tip that I would say is that not everybody can go to a sabha and listen there. So schools and colleges, many premier institutions should become sabhas, where they host music festivals for their students exclusively. An audience, a lovely audience like you all, deserve great music. So if you call me, I'll come and perform for you. In a way, you have to sit and listen to it. No test, no evaluation. Just listen to it. Colleges should have more cultural activities rooted in our culture and tradition. You know how I became a Carnatic vocalist is that when I was in my mother's womb, she always used to listen to M.S. Subbalakshmi's Annamacharya Kritis. And it had a very indirect effect on me. From the time I was born, I was inclined to it. And therefore, this interest automatically picked up. And my sister also used to sing. She used to learn music. My mom learned. My grandmother learned. And therefore, you're naturally into it. You should create a natural environment. If someone asks me, how should I train my 3-year-old into classical music? I would say create an environment. When he is playing with toys, when he's discovering life, when he's watching something else, put music in that background. Don't ask the child to do anything. Adva tana ulla pogu. It will get into it. And therefore, this is the message that I really wanted to give you all today. Thank you so much, PSG, for this lovely opportunity. I would like to end my address. Shreyo bhuyat sakala jananam. Shreyo bhuyat sakala jananam. Shreyo bhuyat sakala jananam. Shreyo bhuyat sakala jananam.